Hi, Gemini, and welcome to the fifth dimension. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini, and my purpose on this earth is to bring some peace to people that have lost loved ones by letting you know which one of those loved ones stand beside you here on earth as a guide. And I will bring forth some very specific characteristics about your person, along with initials, numbers associated with them, their story, their personality, and the best part is if they had a chance to tell you anything at all, they can use me to do that, and I draw some cards at the end that enables them to do that, and this is just very healing as we suffer and we grieve. This may bring some light into your darkness, and that is the whole reason why I do this. So I use a lot of tools. They're cards that I made myself for the most part. So I pray and meditate over them before I go on camera, so not to waste your time. But I do all this beforehand. It takes me about a half an hour. And I'd like to just go ahead and get right to it and share with you what I exposed. So the person coming through for the sign of Gemini today is a man who is passed. He passed in his 70s. His story is kind of unique, so that's good because that's helpful to help you distinguish who this is. When he started out in his 20s, he had an unexpected change. He received some unexpected money. Could have been through an investment, could have been through an inheritance. And then when he progressed to his 30s, he met a wealthy woman. He was doing great in life. He received some high honors, some achievements at work, maybe some success in something that gave him rewards and recognition to the public, or you were aware of it, the whole family was aware of it. He hit kind of a rough spot during this time, though, and he either went to prison or he felt like he was in prison. It would have been a self-imposed prison, but it also could have been actually jail or prison. Something happened that caused him to have to go through this. He had, of course, extremely difficult time through that period of time. He might have even been a little bit suicidal. He got out of that situation and he wanted to start fresh, and he met a beautiful woman, and this woman became his main person, and they had some time together. Let's see here. It was a spiritual connection. I see a cross in my card here, and so I believe it was a spiritual connection, so it was something that was significant and important to him. I don't have how that relationship ended, but I see in his 40s that he's by himself. I see that he's financially stable. I see that he's by himself. Him and his thoughts were what he ended up after his journey in his 30s with this significant female or significant other. If you're same-sex relationships, I don't give two shits. So please forgive me if I say anything like male, female. I mean, it can be two males, two females, but a significant other, and I'm going to start using that term because I do believe that everyone has a right to live their life exactly how they see fit. All right, so with all that aside, all right, so let's go on. So 20s, 30s, 40s. Okay, so in his 50s, that's how I have these laid out. I have them laid out as 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60, and then 70. All right, so in his 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, he got sick. And something, he might have been sick as a result of a loss of a child, or his child had a illness that it was very short. This was not something that anyone saw coming, and then the child possibly passed. I have that he went to court over the situation, so maybe he did lose a child in some way. Might have been a car wreck or a work accident that he had to, that he did go ahead and pursue for damages, possibly. He had expectations that it would resolve itself, and it did resolve itself. It does not tell me if it was in his favor or not. I do also have in his 60s that he did meet a significant other and had a successful relationship with this person. When he passed, um, he was supposed to meet up with his significant other. That meeting did not occur. Um, and then I just see in my mind the woman crying or the significant other crying and receiving the news that he had in fact passed. He might have had a military funeral, or he might have been a police officer or a firefighter, and I know that they do a little bit more grandiose type of funerals, which they deserve. They serve us all the time, and they do deserve extra respect for that. And he did receive some sort of extraordinary, special kind of funeral situation. So that's what I have as his story. So if this sounds like your family member, please hold tight. I'm going to bring forth some real specific characteristics at this point. I also have that he was big on his hair. His hair was important to him. He saw his stylist regularly, or he had his hair done regularly, even when maybe it didn't need to be cut. I also have that he worked a couple of little side jobs, possibly in his 40s. This might have been at the time where he found himself kind of alone and stagnant. And it's not even that he needed the money, but he did these jobs because he really enjoyed it. And one of them I have is a school bus driver that I get intuitively, and um, or a delivery person, or he might have done both at the same time just to keep himself busy. But I really don't see that he needed the money. This was just something that fulfilled him for some reason. He might have loved children, or he just might have loved interaction with the public, and so that's why he did these other jobs. But as his energy, I have, okay, well, I mean, he wore white all the time. He probably was buried in white, possibly a white uniform or a something white. Yes, definitely something white. He had was he possibly anti a certain team with the color of orange? So he might have been a football fan, basketball fan, baseball fan, but the team that he did not like, or that he took as a rivalry for his favorite team, wore the color orange. And I know that's so specific, but that's what I'm getting. Um, I have that he was a deep thinker. He was logical. Let's see. He often overthought things, got in his head and stayed there for too long. He did not like to talk about his feelings at all. But he was very strategic, very, very efficient. He was just a great guy to have around. I mean, he was a great source of support for you, possibly advice wise or emotionally. This man. I did pull some uh, letters, and I made my own deck, and they're A through Z, and I just ask, for some specific characteristics of this man, and I thought this was kind of cute. I look for words. Um, so we have HUNE, which I think stands for honey. So maybe he called you honey, or I also got the word hen. Maybe he called you mother hen. Maybe when you were young, you acted like an older spirit or energy, so he might have called you mother hen. Or maybe when you checked on him, he said, "Oh, don't be such a mother hen." But These are the letters I have pulled for him. H-E-N-U. Now, these also could encompass his initials in some way, his first, middle, or last name. So don't force things to fit, but think outside the box. That's what I always say because it is so true. All right, I also pulled some letters. I made my own deck of cards, 1 through 31. And as I shuffle them, I let them fall to the ground. I only pick up things that have landed on the ground. So that's another thing I'm sparing you, is me bending down and picking up, which I did all that to begin with, and I realized that we really don't have time for that. We're all so busy, and I'm just trying to get a message through to you as accurately and as efficiently as possible. So I hope that this is okay, that I picked these in advance. I got the number 9. Now this could reflect his month, birth month, death month. So that could be, he might have passed in September. On the 29th day, he might have been born or passed. Or the 31st day, might have been born or passed. Or he might have been 31 years old when a significant event took place. Let's see if I can hold all these. I also have 12 and 10, which can stand for December and October. So these could be birth or month. Let's see, birth or death, month or days. Could be his address within these letters, and you might recognize that. So, all right. Well, this is my favorite part. I ask Spirit, the divine, the great white light. I say, please let this man or person speak through me to their Gemini loved one. And these are some beautiful cards. I usually only have 1 or 2 fall out. This time, I had 5. So, this is what he would like to say to you. And you might be a female that had a dog. And so I say that because look at this card. I am just a thought away. You might be his granddaughter. You might be his daughter. You might be his wife. But I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And he also wants you to know this. Don't be afraid. Is there something that's going on right now that you're feeling apprehension on and that you've been praying to God or praying to your loved one, that you've been saying, please help me with this? He wants you to know, don't be afraid. So whatever is going on right now that you've been speaking to him about in your prayers or thoughts and meditations, please know that he's telling you that you can take fear aside. Put your fear aside. Because here's another motivational card, which really goes back to that I think he was a motivational person in your life. Believe in yourself, you can do it. So I think he's giving you the green light and whatever you were afraid to do or afraid to take on. And he is with you because look, I watch over you every day. That is so beautiful. And then he says, I am so much better now. So any woes or challenges or difficulties in his life that he experienced, he no longer feels any of that grief or any of that pain. He is so much better now, and he is watching over you every day. When you see a rainbow, let's see, is there a rainbow here? No, here it is. When you see a rainbow, just know that he, along with God, is giving you a message that we are here for you. So Gemini, I hope that this resonated with you. I just love it when I receive comments that a reading resonated with someone. Please go back to all of your other Gemini readings. These are timeless. You can listen to them all in one evening if you're just home and laying around, and see if your loved one comes through in any of those. If this doesn't resonate, check back with me because I am going to keep doing this. I want to bring love and light to everyone. God bless you. I love you. And please hit subscribe. I'm trying to start my channel and I really, really need your support. I'd like to keep doing this. Thank you so much for your time and God bless. Bye.